Good morning, guys. Today is October 26th, 2020, and this is your live lesson for today. We are starting a new week today, a new story, and we are starting division in math. So let's go ahead and get started. Go ahead and, if you don't have one already, get a piece of paper and a pencil and follow along with me on the DOL, please. Remember, whatever I type in red, you need to write in your paper. And whenever you need some time, just make sure, just pause the video if you need to pause so that you can have some extra time. So here the sentence says, she gave the book to Jack. So the she needs to have a capital letter. Give is not correct. That should say gave the book to. Jack is a name, so it needs to be capitalized. And a period. So maybe when we're doing the DOL, before I start telling you the answers, go ahead and write it for yourself. So stop here and go ahead and pause the video here and write this sentence and go ahead and fix it. And then when you're ready, press play and we will go over the answers. So miss needs to be capitalized. And you need a period. Change this to a better font. There we go. Rode a bus. Righted is not a word. So Miss Smith rode a bus. Which word is spelled correctly? Little is spelled with 2 T's. Find the sentence. To play ball down the street, the kitten went up a tree. The only part here that is an actual sentence is the kitten went up a tree. What caused the girl to get wet? Jane got wet when it began to rain. So the rain is the reason. Okay? So now we're going to talk about our story for this week. Our story for this week is called Gigi and the Wishing Ring. It is an adapted from an Italian fairy tale, and it's illustrated by Sumi Colina. So let's go ahead and talk about our vocabulary words. Our first word is eminent. An eminent person is famous and important. Abraham Lincoln was an eminent person who believed that people should be treated fairly. Eminent. Peasant. A peasant is someone who is very poor and may work as a farmer. The girl that played a peasant in the movie washed clothes by the river. Stately. When something is stately, it is awesome or grand. The White House is a stately building. Deceive. If you deceive others, you tell a lie or try to make them believe something that is not true. My friend tried to deceive his father, but his father did not believe the lie. Superior. Someone who is superior is better and more skilled than others. Montreal won the first place award, which is superior to the other contest champions. Merciful. Someone who is merciful is kind and forgiving. If I do something wrong, my father is merciful and always accepts my apology. So those are your vocab words. Tomorrow we will talk about more of the content from the story, but make sure today when you go into reading, you listen to that story. It's a good one, guys. And now we're going to move on to the math DOL. Okay, so here we're adding 3 numbers, 7 plus 3 plus 9. And I'm going to get a text box. So we're going to add 7 plus 3 first. 7 plus 3 is 10. And plus 9 more is 19. Okay, go ahead and pause the video here, and I want you to solve 52 minus 36 on your own and see what you get. Okay, so if you have 2 minus 6, you can't do that. So what you have to do is you have to go over here and borrow from the 5. So your 5 turns into a 4, and then your 2 turns into a 12. So 12 minus 2 is 6, and 4 minus 3 is 1. So you would have gotten 16. Don't forget, on some of these you do have to borrow, guys. Mark the parallelogram. Notice in the word parallelogram you have the word parallel. That means the sides run in the same direction and never touch. So if you look here, this line and this line will continue going on forever and ever, never touching. This line and this line will continue going on this direction, never touching. Okay, so that is the parallelogram. This one isn't, because this line is going to go this way, this line is going to go this way, and eventually they're going to cross. Same with down here. This line is going this way, this line is going this way, and eventually they're going to cross. Same with the triangle. These lines right here are going to cross eventually, and these lines right here cross at this corner. Up here, this is a fact family. So a 56 minus 32 is 24. Then 56 minus 24 is 32. It's a fact family. Okay. So go ahead and pause the video right here and do this nines practice on your paper, please. I want you to do this independently. So go ahead and pause the video here and do your nines practice. When you're done, we will go over it. Okay, so here you have 9 times 3, so you're going to have 9 groups. And you're going to have 3 in each group, excuse me. And then you're going to count all of those dots. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27. You would have done the same thing over here. 9 groups with 5 in each group, and you should have gotten 45. If you got 27 and 45, good job, guys. Excellent work. Okay, this week we are starting division and using strategies to solve for division. Before we start talking about just division, I want to talk about how division goes with multiplication. Okay, so we talk a lot about how addition goes with subtraction. Okay, well, multiplication and division do also. So you have multiplication, and then the opposite of multiplication is division. So they gave us numbers here, 3, 30, and 10. Okay? And we're going to put these into these multiplication and division equations. So we know when we multiply 2 numbers, and we get a large number. So I know 30. I have 3, 30, and 10. I know 30 is going to be my big number, so I know that's going to be my answer over here. I know that I have 3 and 10, so that means 3 times 10 is 30. The opposite means that 10 times 3 is 30. Okay, I'm using the same 3 numbers. So, just like subtraction is the opposite of addition, division, this is the division symbol, is the opposite of multiplication. In division, you go from the bigger number and you go down. So in division, we're going to start with our bigger number, 30, and then I have my other 2 numbers. Divided by 3 is 10. Start with the big number again, 30, divided by 10 is 3. So notice I used 3, 30, and 10 in all of my equations. That is called a fact family. So remember, multiplication, you have smaller numbers and they equal a bigger number. In division, you're starting with that big number and working your way to the smaller numbers. I want you to pause the video here and see if you can do this one on your own. And play the video whenever you're ready. So we're going to start. Remember, I have 4, 24, and 6. In multiplication, we always try to get to the bigger number, right? So I know 24 is my answer. So I use 24. Now I have 4 and 6. So 4 times 6 is 24. Okay? We're still doing multiplication, so I know I'm going to get to the largest number. Up here, I did 4 times 6. So down here, I'm going to do 6 times 4. Okay? Then on division, what number do we start with? We start with the highest number, which is 24. So I'm going the opposite way. 24. Okay, I still need to use 4 and 6. So I'm going to put divided by 4. 6. I'm going to have 24 again as my first number. Up here, I did 4 and then 6. So down here, I'm going to do 6, and that equals 4. Okay? Remember, I'm using the same 3 numbers, guys, the same 3 numbers. Multiplication ends with the larger number. Division starts with the largest number. Okay? Alright guys, we have one more. Pause the video here again and see if you can do this one on your own. And play the video whenever you're ready. We have 15, 5, and 3. So on multiplying, I'm going to get to the largest number. Okay, I still need 5 and 3, so I'm going to do 5 times 3 is 15, which is correct. Okay, now I'm going to start with the number 3, and I'm going to say 3 times 5 is 15, which is true. Okay, now I'm dividing, so I'm going to start with 15 and work my way down. 15, now I need either 3 or 5, divided by 3 equals 5. Okay, 15 divided by 5 equals 3. Okay, so remember, fact families, you have addition and subtraction. Those are opposites. And then you have multiplication and division. Those are opposites. The most important thing to remember, in multiplication, you're going to end with the largest number. In division, you're going to start with the largest number and work your way down. Alright guys, remember my office hours are 9:10 to 9:40. So if you have any questions, click that Zoom button and I will be happy to answer those questions. If you don't have any questions, then go ahead and get started with your with your Canvas. And don't forget, you need to do reading, writing, math, science, and social studies, and then work on those special courses. Alright guys, that's all for today. I will post this in the reading module. It's going to be at the very top. Bye guys.